Brad MacGuffin reviews Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Okay, this is the Morguff spoiler review. So there's gonna be spoilers here. So don't blame me if I ruined the movie for you. Okay, action adventure. The fifth movie in the franchise. And Harrison Ford is back. George Lucas ain't back. Oh no. Steven Spielberg isn't back. Oh no no. So yeah, they were the crucial, the holy trilogy: Harrison Ford, Spielberg, and Lucas. They're not back, but we have Harrison Ford, and we have James Mangold doing a fine job of directing this. It does feel like Spielberg. Yeah, he's giving us that feeling that Spielberg's sort of soul is still in this franchise. James Mangold, you may have heard of. He's directed Heavy, Copland, Girl Interrupted, Identity, Walk the Line, 310 to Yuma, Night and Day, Ford versus Ferrari, aka Le Mans 66, The Wolverine Logan. So he's directed a lot of great movies and a very solid director. But for me, the story wasn't strong enough for this. I think they could have gone better places with their Dial of Destiny MacGuffin here. This kicks off with a CGI younger Harrison Ford back in wartime Germany or Europe. He's on the trail of the Nazis again. They've got all these historical artifacts that they're trying to steal on a train, and he wants to stop them. And he's got Toby Jones helping him, who plays Basil Shaw. And yeah, very CGI heavy. There's some, it looks good in places, it looks terrible in places. And yeah, do you really want to see a CGI Harrison Ford? So that's a bit of a downer in the first 20 minutes of this action action scene on a train, which I suppose brings us back to the start of The Last Crusade and the action scene on the train there. And by the end of that 20 minutes, we have found our MacGuffin. It's the Dial of Destiny. It's Archimedes' dial that could bring bring you back in time or can time travel. And Toby Jones's character Basil Shaw begins to study this for the rest of his life, and it drives him mad. And his daughter is Helena, and she is Indy's goddaughter, and she's played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And you may have seen her in Fleabag, Man Up, Goodbye, Christopher Robin. And yeah, she's fine in this. She does what she needs to do. They're putting in a female sidekick. She's well able to fight and do everything Indiana Jones can do. And and her sidekick is Ethan Isidore, who plays Teddy Kumar. And yeah, he's also fine in this, but he sort of riffs back to Short Round from the Temple of Doom, so that's fine too. We're getting sort of greatest hits here. This is a greatest hits of Indiana Jones, and I'm a big fan. I loved the first three movies, and I think they ended well. The franchise ended well, perfectly with The Last Crusade. But of course, Hollywood had to come back with The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And you thought Harrison Ford was old coming back for that. Well, he's a lot older coming back for this. So the question needs to be asked here: would you go to see a movie with Daniel Craig as a nearly 80-year-old or 80-year-old James Bond just going into retirement? Would that be on your wish list of movies to see? I mean, I like old people. I am old people. But I don't know. I think that might be just the main problem with this movie. Does anyone want to see a very old version of Indiana Jones? Like we like to remember him as maybe from the Last Crusade as our, strong hero who finds the ultimate MacGuffin, the Holy Grail. And yeah, so Hollywood had to dig up the franchise Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That felt like Spielberg and Lucas just wanted to get back together and have a bit of fun and relive old glories and yeah, just enjoy themselves and make some money. And it did make money, but sadly this one didn't make as much money as they hoped it would. And yeah, this I think I'm the target audience for this. I grew up watching when I was a kid, watching the Indiana Jones movies and loving them. They went for a James Bond type hero, action. I mean, he wasn't a Schwarzenegger character with muscles or Stallone, but he well able to, fight and do everything an action man needed to do. And yeah, bit disappointed with this one. And the MacGuffin that they had with this is time travel, and I think it takes too long to get there. This could have been a lot shorter. This is 2.5 hours. It could be a lot shorter. I think that time travel scenario could have been used a lot better. We have it mentioned here that Indiana Jones's son died in the war. Well, with our main character, who's played by Mads Mikkelsen, he plays Dr. Waller. You may have seen him in Hannibal, the TV show, The Hunt, Doctor Strange, Another Round. Great bad guy, but he wants to go back and change Hitler's mistakes that led to him losing the war. And that's a great idea. But what if Indiana Jones goes back trying to stop him, but also trying to rescue his son, or getting the chance to rescue his son from getting killed in the war? And but of course, with Shia LaBeouf, they couldn't do that because they had chosen the wrong actor for the son of Indiana Jones. But maybe they could have had a different son from a different relationship that were introduced in this one, or a daughter, and maybe that person could have continued on uh, the Indiana Jones family's history or story. Uh, we do go back in the end to Archimedes' sort of timeline, which I think is a wasted opportunity because they had the best of the writers and they definitely had a lot of money for this. You can see it up on screen, but I think it's just completely wasted opportunity here. We also have John Rhys Davis back as Salah. We have a new character introduced. Antonio Banderas plays Ronaldo, and you may have seen him in The Mask of Zorro, Desperado, Spy Kids, Assassins. Boyd Holbrook is in this, who plays Clabber, and he was also in Logan, The Predator, In the Shadow of the Moon, and Narcos. And for me, just looking at Boyd Holbrook, he would have been a great son of Indiana Jones, I think, for me. He's got that sort of star quality that, I mean, it's hard to find Harrison Ford's equal in charisma and star power. But Boyd Holbrook could have been a very good, maybe instead of using him as a bad guy, he could have been a very good son of Indiana Jones. Yeah, I think if they had the perfect actor, if they had a better actor for as the son of Indiana Jones from the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, they could have used that in this one. her daughter. And yeah, very disappointed here. Um, as I said, it's too long and too late in the day. They should have just. I think the Crystal Skull finished at in a decent way. Indiana Jones gets back with his with Marion, and they get married and live happily ever after. But no, Hollywood has to, or maybe Disney has to try and make more money from this franchise, and yeah, dig it up again, which is a shame. Disney doesn't care about the fans, what the fans think. They just want to try and make more money. And yeah, Hollywood's a business, but sometimes things should be left alone. And yeah, look, we always have the first three movies. This just feels like fan movies or fan fiction. But we do have that great trilogy we can always go back to. And yeah, so it is, I suppose it is true. It's hard to get the chemistry back from, sometimes just magic, lightning in the bottle. It's hard to get that magic back again. And no matter the writers you have, the the talent you have, there's a lot of talent involved here, and yeah, sometimes it's hard to get that back. And this just really shows you um, that lightning in the bottle doesn't happen very often. Another thing I want to mention: what? Why won't Harrison Ford let someone else play him, play not play him, but play Indiana Jones? I think after the Last Crusade, they should have rebooted the character and maybe try to find someone, even Boyd Holbrook, try to reboot the character, and just let Disney go again and mind this. Like James Bond, we don't mind having a new James Bond every 10 years. Why not a new Indiana Jones? Right, I think I need to let this go. The damage is done. Fred MacGuffin has reviewed Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Da, da, da.